So if I'm using infrastructure as code, I'm likely using what tools?
So there's some top candidates. So some examples like for AWS would be CDK. We were talking before about mentioning Helm if you're using Kubernetes.
Yep, Terraform is a pretty common one as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ansible?
It's in the automation space. It's definitely in the automation space.
But not infrastructure as code.
I would say no.
Why?
This is probably controversial.
That's why we have this video series.
Okay, yeah, need a drink before you get in this one.
All right, so the premise is, the counterpoint here,
okay.
Ansible is not infrastructure as code, or is not for infrastructure as code.
I would argue it is not.
Okay.
Ansible can get your infrastructure configured. So more often than not, Ansible requires all your servers to be there. So maybe you've got your entire network, your whole production environment, maybe you've got 1,000 servers. So if you wanted a copy of that, you would have to first find those 1,000 servers, whether they be virtual or physical, and then you launch Ansible in there, and it goes and figures out, okay, the first 10 that I find, I'm going to make you guys web servers. The next 10 are going to be API servers for this one app over here. The next 50 are going to be API servers for that. So Ansible is going to configure them and tell them what to be. It's not necessarily going to procure those it's not
going to instantiate anything.
Correct.
Okay.
That's why I would say Ansible is not. It's more configuration as code would be my primary stance.
In the olden days of infrastructure as code, which is in 2022, it's weird that there's already an olden days of right, because it's been around since what, 2012, 10 years now, or so.
I have no concept of time, but yes, that sounds right. We'll go with that.
We used to talk about infrastructure as code synonymously with Puppet and Chef.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. And so I equate Ansible more along the lines of those two.
So those are all, you wouldn't call Puppet or Chef infrastructure as code.
Again, those are all automation space, but not really purpose-built infrastructure as code. I think.
Again, it's going to assume that there's infrastructure is there, and then it's going to configure them and/or ensure that a configuration matches a certain way.
So if I got on the phone right now and I called up Natasha from Puppet and said, Ryan says.
Does he really know her? Is he making that up?
Ryan says Puppet is not infrastructure as code; it's configuration as code. Is she gonna hang up on me?
I appreciate you leaving my name on it.
She'll be like, "Who is this?" and quit calling me.
Okay.
That's a tough question. I believe there are people that think it's infrastructure as code.
Okay.
Because you're not the first one to bring this up. But when you look into it, I don't believe that it gets you. It assumes that there's some sort of baseline already in place that it can then go manipulate to be what you want your whole collective infrastructure to be. Back
in the mid to early teens, when the early adopters were embracing this IAC infrastructure as code phenomenon, all they had was Puppet and Chef.
Yeah.
So those people are well versed in Puppet and Chef now in 2022. And I love the fact that it's like one 4-syllable word, Puppet and Chef.
Right.
It feels more like a children's clothing line than two separate, highly advanced software. Yeah, right.
Branch and
right. Yeah. It's like a folksy toy brand where they only make chalkboard easels.
60 cents.
Okay, thank you.
That's Fisher Price.
Yeah.
You're missing syllable.
Right. Yeah. It was a veiled reference to Melissa and Doug.
That's the one I was just searching for, those two names. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Melissa and Doug.
Okay, so are they stuck? Do they need to go explore more modern alternatives?
Oh, no. There's definitely still time and place for things like Chef and Puppet in today's world. But I think if you're already well-versed enough to know how you configure servers by using those technologies, using things that will actually procure those servers as part of your what I'm now calling infrastructure as code, I think you already have a leg up on maybe people that aren't familiar with any of these frameworks or technologies.
Okay.